Good morning, everyone. In this class, we are going to discuss about energy flow in the topics levels and topic levels and energy flow in the ecosystems. Okay, now the flow of energy through any ecosystem is based on two universal laws of thermodynamics. Okay, the first law: energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Okay, it is permanent. Neither can be created or destroyed. It can only change from one form to another. Okay, it's only change from one form to another form. Okay, on the other hand, the second law is that as energy is transferred, more and more of it is wasted, typically as heat. Okay, less than half of the sun's radiation is usable by life. 100% solar radiation incoming as insolation, then 40 to 50% photosynthetically active radiation PAR. Most solar radiation that reaches our planet is reflected back into space by the atmosphere. The effective radiation that penetrates is termed photosynthetically active radiation, that is PAR. Okay, now planes capture just 2 to 10% of this usable energy. Okay, after the getting insolation, 2 to 10% usable energy is captured by the planes on the surface of all the photosynthetically active radiation that reaches Earth. Only this small fraction is captured by planes through photosynthesis. This captured energy stored in organic products supports the entire world, as all other organisms depend directly or indirectly on producers for survival. Now, the producers and consumers in an ecosystem are arranged into different feeding groups known as trophic levels. Okay, trophic levels. What is trophic levels? Trophic level is the different feeding groups in which producers and consumers in an ecosystem are arranged differently. Okay, trophic level 1, that is producers, producers are always plant species. Then producers, then on the top level of the producers, primary consumers, then again secondary consumers, then last on it at the topmost portion, tertiary consumers. Okay, in the producers level, example plants, primary consumers herbivores, secondary consumers primary carnivores, and tertiary consumers top carnivores. Okay, this is the ecosystem is structured from producers to predators. An organism's trophic level defines its position in the food chain. Okay, organism's trophic level defines its position in the food chain. Now, what is food? We discuss about food chain. We will discuss the 10% law. Energy transfer is highly inefficient. Okay, as energy moves up from one trophic level to the next, only 10% is passed on. Okay, suppose the energy passed from these producers to primary consumers, only 10% will receive in this stage. Then again, 10% will receive in the secondary consumer. 10% of the primary consumer will receive in secondary consumer. Then again 10% of the secondary consumer will receive in tertiary consumers. Okay, only 10% is passed on. The rest is lost primarily through conversion into heat duration metabolic processes. This progressive decrease in available energy occurs at every steps. Okay, this is the producers level: primary consumer, secondary consumer, and tertiary consumers. 90% lost as heat. Okay, in every steps. The most familiar pathway, the grazing food chain, begins with plants as producers. The energy flows sequentially from producers to herbivores and then to carnivores. Okay, producers 1, the plants, primary consumers, grass keepers, then frogs, secondary consumers, and snakes, tertiary consumers. Okay, T1, T2, T3, and T4. Energy flows from this direction. Okay, in every level, energy received only 10%. 10% of the earlier stage. Okay, alternative pathways power the ecosystem. The detritus food chain (DFC) in this chain dead organic matter occupies the lowermost level, and it flows from it to decomposers and detritivores, forming the ecosystem critical recycling engine. And similarly, the parasitic food chain PFC, here energy flows from a larger organism to a smaller one like mosquito. A large producer or consumer is exploited and food passes to the smaller organisms. Okay, reality is not a chain but an interconnected wave. Okay, like this diagram. In nature, pathways are rarely linear. Most ecosystems feature a food wave where organisms, especially omnivores, feed at multiple trophic levels. This creates a more complex and resilient system of energy flow. Okay, the flow of energy in an ecosystem is unidirectional. It moves from the sun to producers and then through consumers with a progressive decrease at each level, that is 10%, is 10% only. It is not recycled, it is a constant stream that is eventually lost as heat. This is depicted by a single channel energy flow model. Okay, now a unified view, the Y-shaped energy flow model, that is carnivorous, decomposers, herbivores, nativores, and producers. Okay, at the primary level, producers are available, solar energy input, and grazing food chain, energy from living organisms, and on the other hand, detritus food chain, that is energy from dead organic matter. Okay, nativores, decomposers, herbivores, carnivores. Proposed by ecologist H.T. Odam. Okay, this model is proposed by ecologist H.T. Odam. This model illustrates how the ecosystem's two major channels are interconnected. The grazing food chain, energy from living plants, and the detritus food chain, energy from dead organic matter, flow in parallel, linked at the producer base. Okay, the story of energy is summary. The source is finite. Only a fraction of solar energy, that is 2 to 10% of PAR, is captured to power nearly all life. The flow is tiered. Energy passes through distinct feeding groups called trophic levels, forming a pyramid structure like this. The transfer is inefficient, only 10%. 90% will in heat loss. The 10% law dictates a massive loss of energy at each step, shaping the structure and limits of life. Okay, that's all for today. If you have any doubt and query, just let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Thank you.